I am not much of a party person. I am very, like, reserved, socially shy, introverted, and whatnot. But there was one time where I got invited over to a friend's place, and a lot of people showed up, a lot more than I anticipated. But I knew most of them, so it was kind of chill. It was a lot of drinking, but it wasn't a lot of partying. It was sort of chill kind of vibe, if that makes sense. And that's what we did, essentially. We just drank a lot, and I had way too much to drink. When I started hitting, like, really high levels of drunk, I started, I started, like, you know when you hit a certain level of drunk, you sort of start tuning out the alcohol flavor, and you're able to handle a lot more, like, a lot more aggressive mixes, for example. For example, I usually, when I mix vodka with something, I tend to be very... I tend to have the vodka in moderation, because if the sort of vodka flavor is too overbearing, it's gonna make me feel sick. But at one point, I essentially started doing them 50-50. So I just started drinking that, and it didn't really affect me, and then it hit me like a truck. Like, there's one good part of the night where I just don't know what happened, and there is... somebody found me, like, they were like, Ike, are you okay? Because I had passed out in a closet and hit my foot against a nail, so I was bleeding, and I was just passed out, and they, like, pulled me out of there. Like, Ike, are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Thankfully, I didn't rip any of my clothes. Like, look at these. They're kind of expensive. And if you can believe it, it doesn't end there. The glass that I was mixing my drinks in, when I was heading home, it was very late. So there was, like, no buses running. Nobody was awake to pick me up. So I just, like, okay, I'll just walk home. And I put on my heels. How I fell over is beyond me. Or how I didn't fell over is beyond me. So I just started, like, walking sort of like I was a zombie auditioning for The Walking Dead. Like, it was bad. And I started walking home, like, essentially just walking like that. And then I realized, holy crap, I'm still holding the glass from the party. I didn't know what to do with it, because at this point I was quite a ways away from where I was. I was like, oh, this isn't mine. What should I do with it? And in that incredibly inebriated state, drunk Ike decided that the most logical thing to do with this glass was look to the right, see that there was railroad tracks there, and yeet it with all his might onto the railroad tracks and listen to it shatter. I thought that was a good idea at the time. And then I just kept walking. I just kept walking, and it doesn't end there. Because at some point, I walked next to a little bit of a downhill. It was a little bit of a slope that was, like, grassy next to, like, where I was walking. And I thought to myself, you know, this walking thing is taking a while. You know what would be faster? If I rolled down this hill. So I did. And I had no memory of that, and, like, that part of my memory was kind of foggy. Then I got home to, like, where I was, and my roommate just asked me, Ike, why are you covered in grass, like, the morning after? And I started recalling these blurry bits and pieces, like, oh yeah, I did that. Okay, so funny story. You're not gonna believe this. And then I told them the story. Yeah, I was really, really drunk that day. I don't get drunk often, but that was probably one of the times where I've been the most drunk. Like, it was bad. I was gone, man.